So mistake number 7 is inspections. Now, this applies to old tenants, disrepair, HMOs, unsafe, illegal. I'm going to play you a video of my colleague Kasha, who has been doing our inspections for the 5 years, and she's very familiar with all the properties, the tenants. So we're very lucky to have somebody that is familiar with the property, the tenant, the tenancy, and the everything that does the inspections as well. So I'm just going to play a short video.
Hello, the inspections are the crucial part of the maintenance department. We have to make sure that all our properties are being in a top shape and being cared for. We are checking if all the issue has been reported before it causes any damage or danger. And as we're walking through the property during the inspections, we're looking for the sign of mold around the kitchen windows, bathroom windows. We're looking for leaks, and we also instruct our tenants how to test CO detectors or heat detectors. We're looking for a sign any illegal activities as subletting or growing illegal substance in the garden, which unfortunately happen from time to time. We're also ensuring compliance with the tenancy agreement, and the last not the least, we try to build a good relationship with our tenants, and we have to make sure that their home remains safe and comfortable place to live. It is recommended to do the inspection every 6 months, whatever tenants likes it or not. One of the tenants also have to be at the property during the inspection, as it is a training and building relationship experience. So for example, if the tenant will let us know that he lost the job, we will alert the office, and the office will be checking if the payments are not coming late. For the inspection, we are using a special software that records the condition of the property with the photos and descriptions, and it helps making sure that we don't forget to check something and we got the record of it. The person who's supposed to do the inspection, it's supposed to be someone who is similar with the tenants and also is being similar with the property. The person the tenants can trust, because they have to let us in to their home for another half an hour on an hour. And someone who has been trained with the latest legal requirements, as for example, the CO monitors has to be in the same room as a boiler is. And obviously we have to have a proof of it, otherwise landlord can facing a huge fine.
Yeah, so inspections are extremely important, because if you have a tenant in the property for years and years and you haven't seen the property for years, they've always paid their rent on time, and you think, well, why should I do inspections? Really, that's not really necessary. They're my friends, they don't bother me. But then when they finally decide to leave and you turn up at the property and you're absolutely shocked at the state of it, then the amount of work that's needed, the fact that they never reported anything during their time here, I mean, 10, 15, 20 years. So that's just, one of the examples as why it's so important to do regular inspections. You want to make sure there's no outstanding maintenance they haven't reported. You need to look at things like overcrowding. Are they, have they moved in 10 of their mates? Because then suddenly it's an HMO. Have they moved in other family members? And some it breaches some of the overcrowding things that the council can think of. So, and every extra person that lives there needs to be immigration right to rent check. So we need to know who lives there. And then also cannabis growers. I mean, who hasn't heard of those? So it's really important not to make a mistake and not do inspections. Now, Kasia said it's important to have somebody who is trained to do the inspection, because it's no use sending just a tick. It's not a tick box exercise. It's a communication. I know a lot of people do inspections without the tenant being there. That's fine, but I want to make sure that tenant knows how to test that smoke detector. That tenant tells me when they're pregnant, they're planning to marry, planning to move away. So it's like it's more than just a tick box exercise. That person needs to be trained to see things that are wrong. There's a new law where the carbon monoxide monitor must be in the same room as the boiler. And, you know, you don't, if you don't send a qualified person to do the inspection, they're not going to know it if they see it. And also another rule is there needs to be a smoke detector on every level of the property. So if a property is 3 levels, there need to be 3 smoke detectors and not just one. So then we're moving on to number